Much with the business news. Emma James now with MediaWatch. Emma, of course, you've been looking at reactions to the shootings in Dallas. I mean, you know, it can only be described as a shocking, deeply disturbing chain of events.
Yes, absolutely. And social media today, once again, is full of heartbreaking messages and images. Yesterday, we were talking about two men who'd been killed by police, Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. Today, it's the police themselves who've been targeted. And some of the most touching messages are those that are simply very, very simple and straightforward. The Dallas Police Association, trying to keep people abreast of what was happening, tweeted this earlier today: "We just lost another officer down." This image as well of police officers paying tribute to their fallen comrades as their bodies were brought to the hospital is particularly powerful. The Dallas Mourning news front page featured this image, which is just so emotive. It describes a police officer being comforted at the hospital where his injured colleagues were being treated. Of course, that headline taken from earlier on in the day when it was just 4 dead. Now, of course, we know that it is 5. Those moving images have continued throughout the day, some of the best coming from this Twitter user, Dallas News Photo. This shows a gentleman handing a rose to a police officer who was guarding the headquarters of the Jack Evans Police HQ. Just very simple, but a very touching moment for Dallas today. And at the Cedar Hill Prayer Vigil tonight, he has a combination of photos with young and old, black and white, really absolutely beautiful. It is well worth taking a look at his Twitter feed, although it is clearly very sad stuff as well. But it all started out so differently. This was the kind of image that the police in Dallas were tweeting yesterday, posing with demonstrators, all smiles. There was no hint of any problem whatsoever.
Everything was peaceful for most of the demonstration.
Everything was peaceful. They were tweeting about the fact that these were people protesting, saying Black Lives Matter, protesting police brutality. And as Vox puts it, Dallas police were doing everything right. They say until sniper fire rang out from nearby rooftops, the protest itself seemed to be a model of goodwill.
There's also been quite a lot of controversy since the shooting took place.
Yes, not least because of this front page from the New York Post. It has been widely criticised, unlike a lot of the local media, which is really doing a stellar job in what must be impossible circumstances. This front page features not only 2 fallen officers, but the headline, "Civil War." And that is what has really upset people. It just seems like incitement at a time when things are so delicate already. People reacting like this, that none of us could sleep because the world was burning and the New York Post decided to pour gasoline on the flames. By comparison, this is what we had from the Dallas Morning News. Jacqueline Floyd wrote, "It isn't a war, not black against blue or us against them. When these gunmen opened fire on police officers, on our police officers, they attacked us all." And just one last word on this. A former congressman tweeted, "This is now war. Watch out, Obama. Watch out, Black Lives Matter punks. Real America is coming after you." Just incredible that somebody wants to put that message out there today.
Yeah, and he has since stood by that tweet, albeit explaining that it had been misconstrued. Now, amid all the debates surrounding this news story, of course, there are also 5 victims, 5 human lives that were taken. What do we know about those people?
Yes, it is so important because as everyone scrabbles to learn who carried this out and what their possible motivation could have been, it is easy to sometimes forget those who lost their lives. So far, only 3 of the police officers who died have been, their identities have been confirmed, officially speaking. Brent Thompson was 43, a newlywed, got married just 2 weeks ago to one of his colleagues. He's a father and grandfather from a previous marriage. Michael Kroll was 40 years old. He became a police officer in 2008, the realization of a lifelong dream. His family says he never wanted to hurt anyone. And the third of those whose identities we know so far, Patrick Zamaripa, a Mexican-American, just 32 years old. The Washington Post reports that he had survived 3 tours in Iraq before being killed in Dallas. He leaves behind his wife, Christy, and their 2-year-old daughter, Lincoln. Now, this gentleman spent a lot of time on social media and very often paid tribute to other fallen officers, including in this tweet, my deepest prayers from Dallas for my brothers and sisters in New York. But of course, today, the tributes are for him. This from Ben Rogers. We'll never forget you. Thank you for your courage. Rest in peace.
MediaWatch this evening with Emma James. Thank you very much. We take a very short break. We're back in a moment.